Okay, the topic's name today, Alhamdulillah, is network, and why your network is your net worth. So what you have to understand is first, what do you mean by network? When you talk about your network, the first thing is your peers, and that you have to give priority to your peers. What is the priority? Normally, people give more priority to their friends rather than their relatives. So we have a defined framework where we have to first give priority to our relatives, and then the friends, and then your neighbors, and so on. Whatever that is the order that you have to follow. One most important thing in networking that you have to follow is genealogy. Genealogy, you have to understand your paternal and your maternal side. If you're married, then your in-laws. That's all. You have to learn networking from APJ Abdul Kalam sir. The reason behind that, he is our mentor in a number of ways. See, he spent his entire life in networking with the children. He made that his agenda, and he made it a point to discuss all his plans, and it was all child-centric. So that is also important. Next slide. So you'll be able to get your network only if your network is strong. Now, why is your network important? Second. Your network can be vital to your professional success. A strong and expansive network gives you insight into trends as well as inside information. That is what people think. But here, your network is important to identify, what I call is your trait, your capacity building. You can showcase your talent. Most important is how you will help the society. There is a figure of speech by a poet called R.W. Emerson, that talents differ, but the Almighty has put it very well. All is well and wisely put. What do you mean by that? It's a figure of speech. Somebody is good at English language. It is called aphorism. Now, the Almighty has always asked us or given us some talents which differs from the others, and everybody has got a place in the society. What I can do, the others cannot, and what others can do, I cannot. So networking is very important if you are a social, or if you are living in a society. And ethically, it is very important. I'm talking about ethics. Even in UPSC, they teach you ethics. It is very important to understand that you should, if you are a human being, you should be able to help others. So that is very vital. Next. There are 7 ways to build a very strong network. What I have drawn here is a structure. What I wanted to illustrate was a honeycomb structure also. So that is also important. If you want to build a strong network, it should be like a honeycomb. And if you see the honeycomb structure, it is one of the best networks which the Almighty has asked us to learn. Also mentioned in Quran. You have to go through the honeycomb structure. How the queen bee produces honey. That is a very important thing. There is also one thing which is called as ring structure. I don't know how many of you know it, but it is ring structure is also there in Quran, which we call it as coherent or composite structure. in short, what I will explain is, हम जहां से शुरू करते हैं ना वहीं पे end करते हैं. That is a restructure. It is the best mode of explanation, explaining things also. Next. You can ask me if you want to ask something in the chat box. I'm ready to reply, something which comes into your mind, or you can add on to what I'm saying. I hope you are able to hear my voice. Is it clear?
Yes,
Some
yes,
response?
sir.
Yeah.
It's very clear.
You know, normally when we go to a networking event, uh, uh, normally people will start sharing the cards. See, I'm not saying no. I'm not saying no to that. Uh, Giving your card, introducing yourself, Taruf Kara, it's important. It's a sunnah also. But you have to focus on the right people. You know, how do you connect your sphere of that? That is what we call as the sphere of influence. Is very important. Somebody is disinterested, and you want to see that that particular guy is interested. That will never happen. So you have to present yourself in such a way that people are interested in you. And that is possible only when you focus on the right people. And always have the policy which I always call as the giver's gain policy. Always intend to help others. You know, even when you speak or when you comment something, it should always be for the benefit of others. It should be helpful to the others. If it is not helpful, you will not be able to connect with people. In fact, I've used the word, you know, I always say you have to empower the networker, engage with them, and then only you can connect with them. The secret of networking, as I said, isn't attending a networking event or pass out your business cards. It's not meeting as many people as possible and hope something will work out. That will never work out. Instead, you have to consider the people you know. For example, I always said, no, that's what I always make a mention. First, your family, because they are the people who will understand you. If you see the seed of the Prophet, you'll understand that he spent the people who accepted him was first his family members, then his friends, and then his relatives, and then your kin, then your kindred, and the people who are under you. People who are under you, people, maybe you can be your driver, your employee, your alma mater, your colleagues, which is also important. I always tell if you want to network, remember that you never miss a family get together, never miss a funeral. That is also very important. Event where people come now, right now because of COVID, everything is virtual. But then, being social, you have to see that you always get connected to the society, and that priority has to be there. First is your family, then your friends, and then others. Ring structure, I can elaborate more on it, but then that will be altogether different topic. Some other day I will have a PPT on ring structure. It is there in Quran. Ring composition, ring structure. Your intention is always that your intention has to be very clear that you are helping the others. This is very important. Whenever you have a talk, you have a chat, you have a normally you have a talk or you have a one-to-one discussion, or you have one-to-many discussions. Always create a win-win situation. You know, somebody is giving you time, expecting something out of you. See that you are helping him or her in whatever respect you can, either through your talent or through your knowledge, or through your some connect, or maybe some information, some data, some useful tips which the person was come to you with some expectation, should be happy to spend time with you. Always see to it that it's a win-win situation. Networking is always, I repeat again, it should always be giver's gain. It should never be for you. The benefit will always come to you. That is a different story. But what you intend is very important. The hadith in Bukhari, innamal amal bin niyat. Whenever you intend to help others, definitely the Almighty is going to help you. That should be your intention. Here I repeat, when you network with someone, it should be more. There are 4 things that you have to understand. That is your IQ, your SQ, your EQ, and your AQ. IQ stands for your intelligent quotient. SQ stands for your social quotient, remember. EQ stands for your emotional quotient. And this is your adversity quotient. Somebody comes to meet you, remember your social quotient and your emotional quotient should be more than your intelligent quotient. Then only you will be able to connect. Adversity is the reason why people want some help or maybe some clue or some, what I can say, some way out. Because, normally even if you understand, when you are in some trouble, people come and consult. You consult some people who is good at that particular thing. So they are networking. One of the important rules of networking is that your social quotient and your emotional quotient should be more than your intelligent quotient. Somewhere you have to connect. Then only you can empower and engage. That is very important. Always see that they have benefited more. Then only you can build up a long-term relationship. That is very important. सामने वाले का फायदा होना चाहिए, which should be your intention. Next. Now, this is very important. Give before you receive. That's why when we meet, what is a sunnah when we meet? When we meet, we greet. We send salams. That is a sunnah. Then we give hadiah. Hadiah is a gift. Those who don't understand what is hadiah, anybody can give. Anyone, even a poor person can give a rich person a hadiah. Even smiling is charity. So always have that intention of giving more before you receive. So then only that the talk becomes beneficial. So you can add on whatever I'm talking about. You can add on to things which I'm already saying. It will be beneficial for me also. In the chat box, you can write if you are able to remember some good points which you can share, so that it is good for the audience who's listening.
I'm a literature teacher teaching in NGOs.
Yeah, tell me, ma'am. You want to add something? So in a networking situation, people expect you to ask them for help. If you turn that around and just offer some support, your networking partner will be grateful and even want to return that favor to you. In the era of Maggie, normally we always think of instant success or instant help or instant something in return. That is never possible. Always have patience and always follow the policy of giver's gain. which I repeat all again and again. You know, a person whom you are going to talk to should always get benefited. That is the quality that the Creator Almighty has. You have to be benevolent. So this is very important to be benevolent. It's not easy. It will not come easily. But then you have to build up that reputation. And you are able to build up only when you are able to give, or you intend to give. How can you be a connector? Or who is a connector? Trying to understand who is a connector. See, if you are not a networker, you are not able to connect. You have to be social. You have to attend events. You have to meet people. You know, I know a lot of people in the society, they don't know even the neighbors. You cannot follow the European culture. You know, you have to mix up with your society, with the place where you live in, your place of worship. Your place of worship, that is also very important. You have to connect with people. You know, when I normally when I go to a village, when I go to a village, maybe a small village, I first meet the imam. You know, and the imam of the village has, you know, WhatsApp groups. If I see that, what I tell him, you know, you add me in that WhatsApp group. Maybe I'm going to a new village. How do I network now? I'm talking about practical networking solutions. Suppose he is in WhatsApp groups. What I will do is, you know, I'm getting connected with 250 into 4. That means 1,000 people in that particular locality. I will ask him, I want to meet the children because I'm a teacher. I can help them. I can counsel the children. Normally, children, they don't know what to do. They might need my help in maths because I'm a mathematician. I'll visit the sick. I will visit the sick. I will see the hospitals in and around. I'll ask him, somebody sick. Then I will visit the old. I will visit the VIPs. Who are the VIPs? Maybe the trustees or people of importance in that particular village.
Quiet.
Yeah.
You are disturbing me. Otherwise, tell me to go somewhere else. We'll do that. Otherwise, use your headphones. Please.
What was that again? Any kind of disturbance? Can I continue?
Yes, sir. Yes. Yes, sir, you can. Please continue, sir.
I repeat, I was talking about practical networking. That when you visit a village, I visit the imam of the mosque. You know, he has got WhatsApp group. I gave an example where if he has got 4 WhatsApp group, I'm connected to 1,000 people. I tell them that I'll be here for maybe 2 days, 3 days, and I'm here to help them out. Especially, I teach mathematics. I can counsel the children. You know, some people are qualified enough, but they don't get a good job profile. So I can help them in getting that done. I visit the sick. I visit the old. If somebody is you know, I do some charity. You know, there are seven various ways of doing charity. Only giving money is not charity. Helping others in whatever way you can is a charity. So this all things will be possible only when you are a networker or you are a good connector. And also you should also be able to delegate. That is also important. You know, delegation is very important. Somebody who is a networker will not be able to connect if, you know, is not able to delegate. You know, इंसान आदमी के पास अपना भी काम होता है 24/7 availability is also important. So either you employ somebody or you delegate somebody who can pick up your calls or you know, help them get connected for whatever reasons there. It's just not your VIP connects. You have to get connected. When you're connected, you have to connect it with everyone. In a school, I get to know more when I go for counseling. I get to know more from a peon than a principal. Remember that. So you want to know more about a school, you're going to for counseling. You get to know more from a peon or a PT teacher. The PT, he or she will help me more than the principal in understanding the flaws in a school, or how can I can contribute to the growth of the school. So that is only possible when you connect. So long-term relation should be paid step by step in networking to find your worth. You know, what I call is, you know, the sphere of influence. People will trust you. People will trust you only after, suppose you are helping somebody and you have given a connection. They are happy with you. Then automatically your sphere of influence will grow. It's something like a Venn diagram. See that the more they come to you again, it's because they trust you. So trust is a very important thing. You know, when you Hazrat Khadija radiallahu ta'ala mentioned about the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when at the age of 40 years, when the wahi was given to him, and he was a prophet, and he was worried. The kind of words that Hazrat Khadija radiallahu ta'ala used for the Prophet, that he is trustworthy. He never lies. He always speaks the truth. Then he helps his relatives. Or most important thing, मुसाफिरों को मदद करना, travelers, which is very important, travelers. So you have to, when people come to you, you have to be a role model. And don't boast about yourself, or don't never misguide. If you are not knowing it, see that you never misguide somebody. You say no. You have to have the habit of saying no if you don't know. Advice is very important. See, advice with a C, it's a noun. And advice with a S is a verb. So these two words are very important. See, when you advise, that's what, you know, the other word which we practice giving proper advice. So practice also has a C, remember. Practice with a C is a noun. And practice with a S is a verb. So try to understand the importance. So practice what you preach. Never boast yourself. Never exaggerate yourself. Exaggeration is also not good. Give proper advice, or connect to some people who will be effective, more effective. That is the best thing that you can do. And to get connected to multiple people, you should also have multiple intelligence. Now, how do you cultivate multiple intelligence? How do you cultivate multiple intelligence? For that, you have to be a voracious reader. You have to be good at what you are doing. You cannot be jack of all trades and master of none. I am a mathematics teacher, or I am a networker by which people should come to me in whatever my subject specialty is. So that will be the best thing that I can do. I can be a very good counselor. I know that I am a very good counselor, so I can help in that way. There are various courses or various colleges or various professions where I can help children or parents. Then that is my sphere of influence. So I have to, you know, improve my sphere of influence. That is very important. Now this is also very important to remember to reconnect. Normally people call during Eid or maybe some festival, especially they connect with their relatives. It's very difficult to connect with relatives because relatives are never happy with whatever you do. इसलिए रिश्तेदारों को मदद करना ये सिलारामी भी है. Silarami ka English word, if somebody can write in the chat box, they will never be happy. Your relatives will never be happy. But then you have to connect with them, reconnect with them, and also connect with your neighbors, your friends, your family, your alma mater, your colleagues, which is very important. Normally what I do when I go to a place. Yesterday, I was planning to travel to Junnar. So now I stay in Pune. So Pune has got 14 talukas. So talukas, and every taluka, so for example, one name of one taluka is Junnar. So suppose if I'm traveling to Junnar for a marriage, what I do is normally I call everybody in my phone. I've got, by the grace of Almighty, I've got 40,000 contacts in my number. I'm not boasting about myself, but then I get connected. What I do is, Junnar, I know there are 114 villages. So I know almost all of them in that. So I will call them, I will give them a missed call, or what people call miskin call. जिसने फोन उठाया फंस गया हो. For example, if I travel to Bangalore, whenever I travel to Bangalore, I see to it that I will call all my Bangalore connections. Someone will pick up, someone will not pick up, someone will remember me, someone will not remember me. But then I will see to it that I am calling everybody in Bangalore, and I am informing them in advance that I'll be there for 3 days in Bangalore. So somebody who wants to meet me, somebody who wants to connect me, definitely I will come to know who is more interested. Thank you, Nazir bhai. So these are practical things which I have learnt to market. So I was talking about Junnar. There are 14 talukas. So I know most of them. Even a small person calls me for their marriage function, I'll be there. So since I know I'm good at genealogy, the genealogy is the art of knowing the family tree. If those who don't know what is genealogy, they will be consulting me for their marriage proposals, for the sons, for the daughters. So you become a respected person, and then people will come to you if you are in a helping nature. And we also do this, get-togethers where there is Istimai marriages are performed at low cost. So you get connected at a village level. You will be a very good networker only if you are connecting to the base, a grassroots. That's what I can call. You have to be a grassroots connector. That is very important. This is a very good word that I always use. Next. You all have people who will contact us out of the blue after never touching base. That happens normally. When that happens, you typically don't want to go out of your way for them because they haven't put any effort in sustaining that relation. That is wrong. People accept help from you, not only financial, but your time to connect around. So, typing here a delegate, very important to delegate. What I have done right now is, normally I get around 400 calls. So out of 400 calls, I'll break down into 100 will be my parents or my students who want to be in touch with me. 100 is my social work. 100 people from the villages whom I'm in touch with. 100 my friends and family. So I cannot be able to attend all the calls. So what I've done is I've appointed people who will, help me to sort out. But then I see to it that I get connected with everyone. And also because I'm connected to a lot of people, and I see to it that everybody's call is attended. At least before I sleep, sometimes it happens that my calls get diverted because in any mobile, sorry, can't लिखने पा रहा हूँ. In any mobile, by any mobile, there are three things which is very important. Call forward is there, call not received is there, okay. Call diverted is there. Call forward है, call diverted, call not received है, call not picked up. So if you divert to four different numbers, half of your work is done. हाँ सोनाली मैम बात कर रहे हैं. Half of your work is done. That is also important. People, a lot of people who are busy in their life, and you have your own business, and you have your own time is very short, so you can delegate things which will help you to get connected or remain connected. And I always say that always get connected to those people also who are not able to get connected easily with you. Be in touch with them also in some respect. And very important, suppose you are giving 400 minutes or 420 minutes of your life attending phone calls, that means almost 7 hours. You have to take it, religiously. You have to see that how you can help them out. Some may be crying calls, some may not be important, but then if there is someone who can funnel it up for you, it will be very good. But see that you are connected with them. It's not easy, but then if you want to be a networker, you have to give them time. They're so happy to hear from you. And always remember one thing: whenever you get a call, save the number. And how do I save the number? For example, when I save a number, there are three things I do. This is how I save. I suppose if I saved Afroz sir's number, I write Afroz sir, then I write he's a sir, that means he's a mathematics teacher, and where is he from? So the moment I write he's from Kolhapur, Ichalkaranji, so I'll be very specific that I'll write Ichalkaranji. Ichalkaranji is a part of Kolhapur, so before mentioning Kolhapur, I'll be mentioning Ichalkaranji. So next time when I go to Kolhapur, or when I want to connect from Kolhapur, I'll be knowing that he's from Kolhapur. Or I also write the name of the village where he is from, then the name of the person, and then his native place. His native place, or his mama's place, or from where he's married, his in-laws place. So that also gets me connected. This is a way of learning genealogy. It's an art. Of social networking. Next. See, when you go to a LinkedIn profile, you get connected to your B2B. When you go to a Facebook profile, my Facebook has got only 5,000. So, but all my students get connected. I'm in touch. I never miss a marriage or any function, or I always wish happy birthday to the child of my 5,000 contacts. I'm always in touch with them. Twitter, be careful about Twitter because it can create controversy. So Twitter I only used to send messages about exam dates. I don't use Twitter for marketing or networking. But LinkedIn can connect to your, what I always call, sphere of influence. और जिसको हम लोग कहते हैं नेटवर्किंग में, which is very important, it is called as being specific is terrific. So when you are specific, you are terrific. So suppose if you want to enhance in what you do, you have to be very specific. You connect with your sphere of influence, which is necessary. There are other networking sites also through which you can connect. But the best way to connect is to your sphere of influence. You have to be very specific. And I know when you are at Facebook or your LinkedIn, you know your mutual friends. From that also you can understand your sphere of influence.
You come me.
One baat.
ते केवढं टाईट आहे.
Somebody who's making noise. Can we mute them?
Yes, sir, it's done. You can carry on.
Yeah. Also make your own networking group, or you be in somebody else's networking group. You know, in all groups you cannot be, but then you have to understand why that networking group is created. You know, there are two networking groups which I am in, which I am very proud of. Is you know, क्या लिख रहा है? One is an algebra group. क्या नाम है सर उसका? हाँ, geometry group. It's called Club 1729. Mathematics problem. So it always tests my ability as a teacher, as a mathematician, whether I'm good at. And they're all mathematicians in that group. So when all mathematicians are there, every day we share one problem, and we get 24 hours to solve that problem, and it is out of the world. So I'm always in touch with my roots. So I'm able to learn new things. You know, किसी group में just some forwards are there, that is of no use. But this is my business. This is my bread and butter. So how do I enhance myself? That is very, very important. You know, you have to know the tips, tricks of the trade. You have to upgrade. So if you have to upgrade yourself, what I call it in my language, it is called dexterity. Upskill, जैसे हमारे प्राइम मिनिस्टर बताते हैं ना, स्किल रीस्किल, हाँ, which is very important. Having multiple intelligence is also important. So this is possible only when you are connected to those groups where you should know what is going on in your sphere of influence. And that is a lot of things going on. There are a lot of, you know, there are so much of matter, but that matter has to be deciphered. It should be in your mind. It should be decimated. For example, yesterday I'll give you an example. Because of the online practice, you might be knowing about this DAV school. DAV is a very good school. So one girl from my class, she shared 9 worksheets. Now that worksheets were so good that I shared in all my WhatsApp groups, all my students group. And I myself acquired a number of tricks of doing that sums. So it's acquiring knowledge or acquiring skill is a never-ending story. So you have to get connected with those kind of people where your dexterity or your skill is enhanced, or you purposefully add yourself to those groups where you can enhance yourself. Right now is the age of intelligence and multiple intelligence, where you can always improve yourself, and you should never be shy. If you want to be a networker, never be shy. Express yourself. You know, commit yourself. Maybe you may be wrong, or you may not be up to the mark. But then your intention is to grow yourself. For your own growth, you have to be in all those groups. So one of the best ways to meet like-minded people is to establish your own networking group. Whenever you grow or create your network, do some work. Work by being the leader of the group, you'll immediately get connected to a lot of people. Control that WhatsApp group. That is also important. It should not have any kind of trash. Trash से बचो. You know, dustbin नहीं होना चाहिए. Dustbin होने से बचो. People, you know, those if you know those YouTuber or Instagrammer, they are people of influence now. If you see, even if he's running a food channel, he becomes an influencer. So you be an influencer in other people's life. Touch them, whatever way that you can. Then only you can be a role model. You know, our Prophet was a social networker. I can prove that. How he was a social networker and what is the importance of social networking as a Sunnah is concerned. See, back John. No, last thank you very much. Thank you. See, I'll tell you why the Prophet was a social networker. First thing, when we talk about the basic tenets of Islam, first thing that you have to understand, Iman is 24/7. The same way, we should be, our mobile should not be switched off. Even if you are sleeping, it should be in the silent mode. Second, if you see, whenever our Prophet prayed, he never prayed alone. He always prayed in congregations, which is also very important to understand. You know, and then the sabab of praying. If you're praying in a Jamaat with some people, if you're praying in the Jama Masjid, or if you're praying in the Eidgah, look at the difference, how much you're getting it. If you're talking about the fasting, whenever you break a fast, you break with people. There is a gathering. If you see Taraweeh, when you pray Taraweeh, there should be a group of people who pray, which is also important to understand. Fourth, when you talk about zakat, giving zakat, you try to understand, we give zakat because it is a social network. The haves will give to the have-nots. That is a basic funda to get connected. और ज़कात देने के लिए हमको ढूंढ के लाना है. ऐसा नहीं कि जो मांगने आते हैं उसको देते हैं. We search for the people whom we should help. And what is the priority? That's what I told you. First your relatives, then your family nearby, then your kin, then your friends, your neighbors. Acha, think about Hajj. You just think about Hajj. Now, you might be spending 2 lakhs or you might be spending 5 lakhs for a tour for a tour. Either you will be going by government Hajj committee or by a private tour operator. If you are not reaching the mountain of Arafah on the day of Hajj, are you a Haji? You can never be a Haji. You know, the companions of the Prophet asked Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Ya Rasulullah, what is Hajj? He said Arafah. What is Arafah? He said Hajj. So if you are not on that mountain on that particular day, no matter what you do or what you miss out, you cannot be a Haji. So to perform Hajj is also networking. Check it out. It's the best networking. On that, you know, in fact, the European media always try to distract you from that day, where, you know, without race or color or, you know, your origin of country, everybody is on the mountain, having the same slogan, same dress, and same slogan and same intention. So that is the power of networking. And what is the benefit? The Almighty says, you come out as if you have come out from your mother's womb. आपके सब गुनाह माफ हो जाते हैं. So it's not an easy thing to be on the Mount Arafah. You know, if you see the Saudi officials, if somebody is sick or they are in the hospital or they are in the ICU, helicopter में लेके जाके एक चक्कर मराते हैं अरफा का mountain का. तो हाजी बन जाता. That is so much of importance of being social. इमाम हनफ के नजदीक अगर बाजार नहीं है तो जुमा की नमाज नहीं हो सकती. तो कितना इंपॉर्टेंट है कि जुमा की नमाज के लिए बाजार का होना. इमाम शाफी के नजदीक जहां 40 लोग जमा नहीं होते हैं, 40 पीपल, वहां पे आप जुमा की नमाज नहीं पढ़ सकते. और मुसल्ला हो सकता है लेकिन जामा मस्जिद नहीं हो सकता. तो नेटवर्किंग, आवर प्रॉफिट हैज नेवर एट अलोन. खाना भी खाते तो आयशा रज़ी अल्लाह को वेट करते थे कि कोई साथ में उनके साथ बैठे. He's traveled after Asr. He used to go and meet all his family members. इसलिए असर के बाद कोई सुन्नत नमाज नहीं है. तो एक आलिम मुझसे ज्यादा बात कर सकता है इसके बारे में, लेकिन यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड द इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ नेटवर्किंग. I think any questions from the audience or listeners? Whatever I have to say, I've already done with it. Any add-ons or anything that you want to comment or any suggestions?
Thank you. Thanks a lot for the very valuable session, sir. Jazakallah khair. It was a really enlightening session about networking, the importance of networking, and how to do networking, the ways of doing it. Do we have any questions for sir? We can take up some questions. If someone has questions, please unmute yourself and you can ask questions.
Yeah, any questions? You can ask me anything. See, I'm a practical networker. So whatever ideas I give is something very practical, something which I already do it in my life. I have not said anything or exaggerated anything. Certain things which I'm doing it, and that's what practically I am following it also. You can ask me anything under the sun.
Assalamu alaikum.
Salam.
MashaAllah, it was a very awesome session actually. So my question is, so if a guy or a girl is there who is kind of a reserved person who doesn't have much of the network, not much friends, and altogether he's kind of a reserved person. So what suggestion will you give to expand his network and reach out to more and more people, explore more and more people, and get to know the people, make more?
He has to be an extrovert. See, for example, what's his name? Can you tell me the guy's name?
Sayyid Jawad.
Yeah. So, brother, if he's going to the mosque, and normally now it is because of COVID, we are not going to the mosque. That's a different story. But 5 times we are going to the mosque. So even no matter how extrovert or introvert the guy is, if he's praying, if he meets 2 people on the left and the right of from where he's being, or he gives them musafa, so in 5 times into 2, he's meeting 10 people. So 10 people a day, so automatically that can be multiplied. In a month, he'll be meeting how many people? 300 people. So in a year, you can understand. He has to be an extrovert, and you can develop that quality. In fact, I will always ask him to join some sessions where he can come out of his web. See, there are a lot of amals or deeds that you can gain by being a networker. Now, if you are a networker, if people come to you for help and you are able to help, your deeds are going to improve. So you have to talk to him that if you want to improve your deeds, or if you want to multiply your deeds, you have to be a very good networker. That's what I can reply. I hope I have answered your question.
Sure.
Yeah.
Assalamu
Anybody
alaikum.
else? Salam.
My question is, my name is Hamza. Now, if there is a new concept, then how to present it for a win-win situation?
Can I get an example? Hamza, what are you doing? Your profession means?
I'm a freelancer, like I do social work and environment-friendly initiatives.
See, when you're talking about environment,
Yeah.
if you're talking about environment, directly get connected to Elon Musk. He's the best networker. See, I hope you know. Have you heard about Elon Musk? How many of you know Elon Musk?
Tesla company.
Yeah, he's just a Tesla company. Elon Musk is an environmentalist. Do you know that?
No.
You know, Elon Musk is an environmentalist and a very good environmentalist. And one of the reasons that Elon Musk, what you said, has become so famous because he always tries to bring in new concepts. See, I always give them an example.
Okay.
6 months, your environment. 6 months back, or maybe a year back, there was a news that there was a plane which went somewhere and nobody could trace the plane. कौन सा plane था वो?
Yeah.
Malaysia.
Malaysia का plane, Air Malaysia. And people tried their best to understand where it went and how it went. और बहुत सारे theory, black hole का, इसका, उसका. So many new concepts they had. You know, Japan, they did a lot of research on it, and they knew it went to the sea. They came to know that they know only 9% of the ocean.
Yeah.
You know, that plane went into some ocean, I don't know what it is, and they came out of and said that 91% ocean के बारे में हमको पता नहीं है और हम उसको पढ़ने वाले हैं. इसलिए environment का बहुत बड़ा influence है, and somebody who is an environmentalist is going to get a good job in 2036. So it's something, not a new concept, it is something very important. The community should understand, or people should understand that if you want to do a career, you are not doing a career in artificial intelligence, machine learning or data science, then you have to be an environmentalist. And you have to follow Elon Musk. In this age and world, if somebody is not doing Elon Musk, that means he is not a networker. He is not a reader.
Okay.
So you have to understand new concepts.
Okay. Alhamdulillah. Jazakallah.
Assalamu alaikum, Anees sir.
Walaikum salam.
I'm Mir Nasser Ali Khan.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you regarding a business startup as to how it would help me in through this networking.
See, before starting a business, even Umar Abdullah Tala, the Khalifa, when he was, somebody came into the market and wanted to sell something. It was wet from outside. He said, "Did you learn the fazal of business? Then only come and do business." So business is something which you should learn. And in the modern age, to learn business, you have to know the entrepreneur skill. First thing to learn is you have to join networks. See, I am a member of TIE. How many of you know about TIE? I am a member of BNI. I am a member of J4P, Just for Enterprises, and I am a member of a lot of practical startup groups. I am a member of an angel investor group. I learned the word disruptive. Have you ever known what is the word disruptive? I never knew what is disruptive. So I understood what do you mean by pitch. These are the things I learned. Head Start. There is a group called Head Start. There are a lot of groups. If you are in Pune or Bangalore is better than Pune. There is a group called POCC, Pune Open Coffee Club. Then there are a lot of meetups, regular meetups. If you see the net, you can understand. Where there are a lot of webinars on startups. What do you do? And one more thing that the last thing that I want to answer on this is, startup is always, it cannot be an individual thing. You have to build a team. It's a teamwork. So the more the more the team is there, and all the different things in a business, there are more than 5 things that you do in a business are distributed: the marketing, the responsibility, the investment, and other aspects. And you have a team to do it. I feel 80% of your success chance are more better. That's what I feel. So I will always advise you to join a lot of entrepreneurial groups where you can enhance your business skills. I hope I have answered your question.
Yes, I think this is related to networking, what you're saying, isn't it?
I'm related to startups. Any
Just
business startups, there are a lot of groups which you can learn. One of them is TIE, one of them is BNI, one of them is a lot of BA meetups are there. There is a lot of open coffee clubs. There are a lot of webinars which you should attend. Then only you should start for a business venture. Any other question? Abdullah bhai, I think it's time also. If
Yes,
nothing is there.
if we don't have any questions, I think we can wind it up. Thanks a lot for a very valuable and a nice session, sir. Sir, by anything else?
And thank you, MFI
Is
passed on
there
the put up my points. Yeah. Yes, Sanjay.
from the audience, do we have any other questions or any other points someone wants to discuss or bring forward?
Anees sir, can you share your phone number and details?
Yeah, my phone number
People can contact you, sir.
9890
Abdul Alim, yes, sir.
826 344. Abdullah Alim bhai, anytime. I hope Abdul Alim bhai, I was help for you. 1 hour of speech.
Very much, sir. Very much.
Assalamu alaikum. One last request. My friends would like to attend the next session, inshallah. So some mix up with Urdu language also would help me to influence.
Yeah, I
you.
don't mind. I thought it was better to speak in Hindi, English. That's why I spoke. I can speak in Urdu also, no problem.
Some few words, few keywords, if you would explain in Urdu also, then alhamdulillah.
Inshallah.
Jazakallah.
Jazakallah, MFIID team, Abrar bhai, Abdullah bhai, and everybody else. Inshallah, please announce the next session. When is the next session? Next Saturday?
So, inshallah, we have sessions every Saturday on different topics.
Yeah.
So, inshallah, for Anees sir, we'll schedule once more on popular request, inshallah, and we'll announce it soon. So the recording will be available. I have shared the link of the recording in the chat box. You can check that tinyurl.com/mfird. So this session will be available.
And Anees, next time when you come to Hyderabad, do connect with me.
Definitely, sir.
Put me on your Hyderabad list.
Yeah, inshallah. Shami, just give me a missed call on my number. I can definitely
9890826344, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes. Exactly. You know.
So, yeah, all of us benefited immensely from this interesting and very important session. And all of us would like to thank Anees sir for his valuable insights and very practical stuff. I think we can close with this.
Yes, sir. We can. I think Anees sir has dropped off. We can close.
Okay, thanks all the participants. We have these sessions every weekend, and inshallah we'll have more such sessions inshallah in future also. Thanks a lot for all of you for joining.
Thank you, sir. Jazakallah.